our wonderful governor, so I won't take too long. But for those of y'all who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Adam Summers. I'm the chair of the Democratic Party of Doña Ana County. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you all here today. The election is 4 days away, folks, and I don't need to tell you how important it is that we all turn out on Tuesday. The other day, I saw a social media ad from the Republicans, and it said, set your clocks back. On Tuesday, change your country back. Folks, they're telling us what they want to do. They're telling us what they're going to do. They want to change everything back. They want to undo all of the progress that we've made over the last 4 years. And are we going to let that happen? No! No, because we like having free college in the state of New Mexico. We like that we're protecting the rights of women in New Mexico. We're making historic investments in early childhood education. And then we're paying our teachers with the dignity that they deserve. And we can't do that. We can't keep doing that. We can't keep building on that progress if we don't turn out on Tuesday. And now the Republicans are scared. You can see it. You see it in the ads. You see it when they come to your doors because they know when we turn out, when Democrats turn out, we win. And that's it. There's no magic formula to it. When we turn out, we win. So I only have one ask of you, and I'm sure a lot of folks after me are going to ask the same thing. Pick up, before you leave here, pick up a walk list, pick up a phone list, talk to your neighbors, get out there and talk to people, because we know that the most impactful thing you can do is talk to people and tell them why it matters to you. People resonate with your story. So if you go out there and you give them your story and tell them why it's important to you, they'll go out there and vote. So please, get out there, talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, get people to the polls, because if we get to the polls, we win. And now I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to some of our other great leaders, starting with Chris Shaljo, I believe.
What's up, everyone? I would first like to give a huge shout out to our judicial candidates that are here. Give them some love. Okay, guys, this is the best weekend of the campaign that started. Get out the vote weekend. Who's ready to help Democrats get out the vote? Woo! Do it, Ben! Woo! Yeah. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about what we're doing down here, what we need help with, guys. Like Adam Summers, our county chair, said, we need help getting out the vote. We need people to sign up for call shifts, walk shifts, anything you can. If you want to help out on election day and do some poll challenging for us and get out to the polls and watch out, make sure our vote is cast and heard, please do. Let us know. We are here to help you guys get those done today. And there's a lot of people in this room that can sign you up for those shifts, okay? But once again, I don't know if you guys all know, we do something really great here in Doña Ana. Governor, I don't know if you know this, but Doña Ana is known for something. And that's getting out the vote! We did it in 2018, we did it in 2020, and we're going to do it again here in 2022. We're going to send Michelle back to the governor's mansion. We're going to elect our next congressman for Congressional District 2, Gabe Vasquez. And we have so many more exciting and awesome candidates here with us tonight, ready to do this, ready to help you guys, and ready to represent you guys, okay? And I don't know about you, but I am ready to be represented down here in southern New Mexico in Las Cruces by Gabe and by Michelle. And now I have the most awesome job tonight, and that is to represent our next congressman who's going to go to there, Gabe Vasquez.
Buenas tardes, Doña Ana County. Buenas tardes, Las Cruces. Soy un orgulloso hijo de inmigrantes. I'm so proud to be here with you today in the last days of this very historic campaign, because let me tell you what, we have worked so hard to get here. As Democrats, we believe that people should have a fair shot in this economy, a fair shot in this country. My family believed in el sueño americano, the American dream, that we should be able to afford a home, that we should be able to have good education for our children, affordable child care, right? That is what we are all about, that all men and women are created equal, right? That is why I am here. That is why I am running for Congress. Now I tell people, if you want to elect a candidate to Congress with no strings attached, somebody who's got a truck, a house, and a dog, and that's all they got, then vote for Gabe Vasquez. So we have so much at stake in Congress. We have so much at stake in this beautiful state of New Mexico. And as I've traveled for the last year across these beautiful communities that make up the 2nd Congressional District, places like Magdalena, right? Places like Alamogordo and Deming and Lordsburg and Animas and Las Cruces, and now the South Valley of Albuquerque and the west side of Albuquerque. And by the way, to those who don't know, it is Burke. Right? We call it Burke. All right? To the naysayers, we do call it. However, I just want to say that all the things that bring us together as New Mexicans are the things that I grew up with. The value of hard work. That whether you dig your hands in the dirt, whether you start a small business, whether you're working at a restaurant or a hospital or any business here in town, that you deserve to have a fair wage. And that is what I stand for. And that is a living wage for New Mexicans. Now here in Las Cruces, in beautiful Doña Ana County, we sit at the crossroads of history. We sit at the crossroads of some of the most important things that have happened all across North America, right? Doña Ana Ben Colony, originally a Mexican colony, but before that, home to the Mescalero Apache, home to the Piro Manzotigua people, home to all the indigenous folks who have paved the way for our ability to farm this land, to be here as a community, is an incredibly special place. And we see that when you go down to Mesilla, and you see that Mexican flag and the American flag emblazoned right in that gazebo of the plaza. We are proud of who we are, and we're not going back. Because as Doña Ana, yes, that's exactly right. We are proud to be multilingual, multicultural. We are proud to be able to carry our identity, our language, our tradition with us. And that is the difference between me and my opponent. Somebody who wants to start a culture war. Somebody who has done nothing for us in Congress. In fact, I would say the most ineffective member of Congress in the last 2 years. Hasn't done anything for us except said no. Except voted no. Voted against veterans' health care. Voted against reducing the price of insulin to $35. Voted against Medicare negotiating drug prices. Voted against a domestic supply of baby formula for mothers and expecting families. Give me a break. We need a change, and we are going to bring the change in 2 days. I need your help. Can we do it, Doña Ana County? There's a lot of people in this room that I look up to, a lot of people that I have called my mentors and my friends and my colleagues, state representatives, local leaders, community organizers. But we also have the amazing ability to have the presence of our governor, Michelle Lujan Grisham. I got to tell you that seeing amazing leaders like Michelle, that seeing amazing leaders like Lieutenant Governor Howie Morales, who should be here soon, and seeing people in my own community who grew up and be amazing leaders, Senator Kerry Hamblin, Representative Doreen Gallego, Representative Nathan Small, who's back there, and the City Council Bill Suter. All these folks make me believe that we are capable of doing amazing things in New Mexico. And that is why I ran for office, right? Because we need to be good mentors to the next generation that comes after us. As leaders, it is not just about politics, but it is about setting an example for the community that we want to see, not just in Las Cruces, but all across Doña Ana County, right? And I think we can do that by electing the right leaders. And that means that we govern with passion, but with justice and with equity as well. That means that we set the right example for our young people who are growing up today, who are going to be our next leaders, many of whom I see here today, right, who will be running for these offices here today. It is so important that we see people in these elected positions, just like the governor, right, just like the folks I just spoke about, because our vision for the future is one of prosperity, it is one of justice, it is one of equity, so we need to make sure that we protect that. As the Democratic Party, we stand for the values of the people, we stand for the values of New Mexico. That's what I promise to protect when I get to Congress. So the candidate that you see today is the congressman that you will get in Congress. Se los prometo, okay? That is my promise to you. So we have a lot of issues that are so critically important. Amongst them are making sure that we protect women's access to health care. And just like this gentleman is saying, when I get there, I will vote to codify Roe versus Wade into Congress on day one. Because I was raised by strong women. Women have built up our community for many years. In fact, we have one of the 5 all-city women's city councils in the country, right here in the city of Las Cruces. Right? So we must protect our rights. We must make sure that we have a healthy, a fair, and a safe economy that works for everybody. We must make sure that we invest in public safety. And lastly, we must make sure that we elect the next governor of New Mexico, Michelle Lujan Grisham.
Now, I have the easiest job in America, following the next congressman, Gabe Vasquez. We did all the persuading. How many of you read the Washington Post this morning? Well, good for you, right? Because it's very clear. New Mexico has the right stuff. Our pre-K programs are now the envy not just of our neighboring states. You know, Colorado is working really hard to be as effective as New Mexico. Arizona's not going to do it. Texas isn't going to do it. Nevada's not there. Oklahoma, well, say no more.
Because of you, madam.
Well, because of us. All right, so Senator, we have universal early childhood education, and because we're doing the work even further upstream than that, with home visiting and infant mental health and having extended care for both mom and babies for a year on Medicaid, we are creating the right start for healthy families, which shifts it for every generation from here on out. We're getting all kinds of national attention, the right kind for the kinds of investments that forevermore shift what's happening in New Mexico. Because each one of us has fought against, and we've succeeded in a number of ways, against institutional poverty. And let me tell you right now, New Mexico is the only state in America where we're moving out of poverty. All the other states, as soon as the child tax credit, which the next congressman's going to get right back into the federal government, we're the only state in America that still has that tax credit. We extended it at the state level. So all of that together means we're the only state in America that's moving out of poverty. All the right investments. Only place with this kind of free college. You know, the last state that worked on free college, delivered it in the way that we are as a state, was California. Strongest economy, not just in America, but around the world, in the top 5, top 10. It is the game changer. And that's before we get to the environment. And that's before creating funds that are going to help pay down premiums and out-of-pocket costs. That's before we talk about eliminating co-pays on behavioral health. That's before we talk about the bricks and mortar for all of the behavioral health that we had to rebuild with the same agenda and the same people that we're running against that took away all of New Mexico's behavioral health. They took it away, just like that. It's a pen. That's all you need in the state of New Mexico to change lives. And we aren't going back. So we don't need to persuade you, and the facts, frankly, speak for themselves, including there was a great new, tax review, national, that said New Mexico's on the right path there too, right? Putting more money back into the paychecks of the people who need it. And I tell you, in the next 4 years, I'm looking right at the legislative leadership. New Mexico needs to be the first state in America that has universal child care. Okay, so I'm doing a little persuading on my own to make sure that if you get someone who's feeling like they just can't stand in line, they just can't return that absentee ballot, you remind them about where we are and why, and what we're fighting for, and who we are and what we stand for. Because that is it. We're going to win, but I don't want you to be excited until it's declared, because all of our votes are in. Right? There are going to be maybe 2 or 3 states for the next couple of decades that are going to have double-digit wins. I'm likely the last governor in a couple of decades that's going to have a double-digit win. It has changed. And I worry that as Democrats, we have a little comfort zone going on here, and we shouldn't. And even if you win by double digits, and no one here is going to, these privileges are civic duties we should not take for granted. Exactly. Democrats, amen, and Democrats, and right here in this county, we've gotten a little comfortable. Midterms, we get comfortable. I won't use that word complacent, because I have too much respect for the men and women who fight every day to make sure that people get their ballots cast. All right, but midterms are tricky. So that's why I'm here. I thank you for showing up. I thank you for fighting against hate and disinformation. I thank you for standing up for your poll workers and all the men and women who are going to make sure that we have safe places to cast our ballots. I thank you for that. They didn't feel like they had your support, they won't do that work. You are incredible. And to the young people in this hot room, you are the future of the state. Having you here tells us that we are on the right path with the right message and the right stuff, by golly. So look, that's all I wanted to do, was to tell you I love you, I need you, I thank you, but we got to get you to we got 15,000 outstanding Democratic ballots that are absentee. That's before I get to decline to state and independent ballots. And particularly for those decline to states, those are votes for Gabe. I'm telling you, I got to get them in. You got to get them in. You got to get them in. You got to get them in. That's it. There's no secret stuff anymore. It's just getting you to keep making calls. Will you keep making calls for Gabe and me? You will?
Yeah.
Will you knock on a couple of doors and remind them? Are you knocking? Man, you better be right here and knock on doors. That's it. All right? And then we're going to do the same. We're on the phone. I'm going to travel to as many communities as I can get to. Car, train, plane, walking, scootering, cycling, whatever it takes. Between now and Tuesday at 7 o'clock. It is a race to who will stay in the fight for decency, for democracy, for our freedoms, our rights, equality, equity. All of it is on the ballot in America. And it is absolutely on the ballot in New Mexico. And the only agenda our opponents have is to undo it all. That's it. There is nothing else. They just want to undo it. I don't understand that. And none of us can. It makes no sense. But when people are tired, they don't show up, or they vote against their interests. That's why you are so incredibly important. And frankly, Doña County is where the magic happens. For all of us. For Gabe and for me. If we don't win big in Doña County, then my prediction that we're winning, brother, we're winning. It slips away a little. It slips away a little. So just keep fighting and know that we are too. And know how much we care about you, need you, and respect you. Let's go win, ladies and gentlemen.
Before you leave this building, there are tables in the lobby Our organizers are in the lobby. Can we also get a round of applause for the people behind the scenes who have been working so hard to make sure we elect champions. Stop at those tables, my friends, as if our lives depended on it. If you can, they do. If you can make 10 phone calls, 20 phone calls, 50 phone calls, take 10 of your friends to the polls. Please. Thank you all so much for being here today. My name is Jessica Velasquez. I'm begging you to work for these incredible leaders.